So this goes to all my freaks out there. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holler if you hear me.
This is Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, and I got a shout out to Alyx. Well, Alyx, I appreciate you being a big wrestling fan, but remember, if you want your show's ratings to skyrocket, you have me, Big Papa Pump, the man with the largest arms and shortest fuse in professional wrestling, on your show. If you want your show to be a little more titillating, you have the big bad booty daddy with his freaks, and that show will get very interesting.
Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, bringing you your AEW Dynamite. Oh yeah, review for June 28th of 2023, the final Dynamite for the month of June. We will move in to the month of July, a very special person's birthday month. Next week. So I just getting into my overall thoughts on the show. I thought tonight's episode was off. Not bad. Not even like boring or passe. I thought overall it was solid. I enjoyed myself. It's without question better than Monday Night Raw, to quote a super chat that played before the stream. Sorry, Higurashi. And this is actually a $7 super chat. I appreciate you for this, sir. He says, this beats Monday Night Raw any day of the week. Absolutely. Even the subpar shows, subpar from the standard of AEW, beats Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Just saying. Just saying. That being said, I thought tonight's episode felt like the start of a new arc. You know what I mean? Those of you who are anime fans, not even anime fans, if you watch some type of a Saturday night cartoon, animation, weekly television show, you know they have certain arcs. You have a beginning where the characters come in, and that first episode is always slow because you're basically reacclimating everyone to the characters, the people around you, the story, the premise, and what's going on now. And during that time, when you're restarting the arc, you're finishing up the previous arc, and sometimes you're gonna reintroduce some characters, take away some characters, and that's what this felt like. This felt like AEW was pushing the reset button and beginning the build, and it should be doing this, beginning the build to AEW All In. Because that's the next big show. Well, technically the next big show is Blood and Guts. There's a lot coming up. I promise you, this is going to actually smooth itself out the more we get closer to All In. I guarantee it. But the next big show, Wembley Stadium, All In. And so tonight was AEW setting up everything for that show. Because this is the most important show in the company's history. Probably the most important show in wrestling since WCW. This is literally a WrestleMania level type show. So I completely understand the logic of starting over, pushing the reset button. Okay, let's bring back Keith Lee, have him take away the White Wizard look, go back to Jet Black. Let's get some more blind tag teams into this blind tag team tournament. Let's reintroduce these people that don't get a lot of TV time. Let's bring them back in. Let's start Jungle Boy as the heel. Let's bring back Hook. They're bringing some faces back that we don't usually see. And I think in terms of the overall purpose of the show, it was serviceable. It got the job done. I just feel like in terms of execution, there was a lot being thrown at me. And usually I'm cool with fast-paced shows, but there still has to be a pace to it. There still has to be sometimes a ebb to the flow. It has to flow well enough to where you don't feel a dip, or you don't feel like you're just being pounded in the face. Pause. But it felt like I was watching a best example to describe how I felt about Dynamite tonight. It felt like I was watching a fast movie. Those of you who don't watch fast movies with Vin Diesel, let's just say there isn't a lot of characters. Not a very deep storyline. There might be a storyline, probably not. Most of the time, here's the bad guy, here's Vin Diesel. Family! You know, that's basically it. But, it's basically a movie where you just turn your brain off and just enjoy the action, right? Mindless fun. That's what this felt like. Mindless fun. With a few developments and stories. Like I said, we started heel Jungle Boy Jack Perry. We announced Blood and Guts for the BCC and the Elite. Because we're gonna eventually move past that. I think they're starting something with... I'm gonna assume they're starting something with Hangman Page and the Dark Order, because eventually we're gonna move past the BCC, so he has to do something. And if we're moving into, I'm assuming, either a rematch with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, or something with CM Punk and the Elite, we don't know, we'll have to figure that one out, then he's gonna need to do something, right? So I'm assuming Hangman Page will do something with the Dark Order. The women, there was supposed to be an Owen Hart tournament match between Britt Baker, DMD, and Ruby Soho, but Britt got sick. The same illness that Adam Cole had at Forbidden Door, Britt has now. But Adam Cole was on the show tonight. So whatever Adam Cole had, Britt will probably just be over it literally next week, and we can get back on track. So, yeah, like, I didn't think the show was bad. It had a direction. I feel like I came out of it understanding what they were trying to do. It's just the execution of it all was at times a bit mindless, at times a bit much, even for me. There were times I just kind of wish I would be like, okay, can we slow down? Slow down. Maybe just watching Collision has made me feel like we can slow down a little bit. Let's just slow down and let's register what's going on. All right? What are we doing here? What am I supposed to be invested for? You know what I mean? Like when they announced, just to give you an example, they announced that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland are back to being tag team partners in this blind tag team tournament, which is a big deal. I wish they would have just taken it at least a minute to show Strickland and Keith backstage and their reactions to this news. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I love El Hijo del Vikingo. I love him. I think he's awesome. I thought that 6-man tag especially was a little sloppy at times, but overall very fun. But I'm looking for times during the show where they just take a second. Let's pause and let's register what the hell we just saw. And the times they did pause, it wasn't to register on what we saw, it was to set up something new. Right? So we'll see Adam Cole and MJF backstage bickering, and MJF apparently is trying to get in the good graces of Adam Cole, and Adam Cole is just like, all right, I mean, it couldn't be that bad. So, like, that's something we should play with a little bit more. Then we have the very next second, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston arguing backstage, or Renee Young trying to break them up. It's like, whoa, okay, a lot's happening right now. This is all good, but you can take your time because you have 4 to 5 hours each week to let all of this breathe. I would completely understand why he was pounding this in our faces if it was just 3 hours a week, right? You don't got that much TV time. Now you have 5. We can take our time and let these stories breathe. Okay? I don't mind the fast-paced action. I don't mind you going 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour. 24/7, 100 miles per hour. I don't mind. I don't mind that. But now we've reached a point where we need to be sure, and I mean this, we need to be sure that you are producing literally the best weekly television episodes you can do. Why? Because you are literally coming up to your biggest event ever. AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. You have 65,000 tickets sold without even announcing one goddamn match. We still have time to get 90 people in that building. So what's going to get people, what's going to lock in, guaranteed lock in, the rest of the 25K or so fans is a strong, undeniably, unbelievably amazing card. And the best way to build to that is to tell the right stories and take your time. You can let these shows breathe a little now. You got 5 hours each week. You do. So, I thought the show overall was solid. It was just a lot. Because Johnny Gargano. Sorry, wrong person. What was he called? It's not Johnny Mundo. It's John Morrison. What is he called? What is he called now? Johnny TV. John Morrison made his, he made his debut last week on Rampage, but he is officially making his debut tonight on Dynamite. And I completely forgot about it until I just, thought about that now. Because we're not taking our time to just breathe. And a lot of people are also telling me that we're still doing All Out, which is, again, another reason why all these shows need to be bangers. You literally are building to 2 pay-per-view events. You need to let these episodes breathe. And that's my biggest criticism. So, let's go ahead and get to the review. It's not going to be a long review. I'm probably just going to hit it and quit it. But ultimately, I thought the show tonight was solid. I'm not going to completely shit on it. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. The fact that Sting tried to do a Jeff Hardy, dive off the ladder like he was 30-something years old again. Sting is amazing. I'm never going to tell Sting what not to do because it's Sting. I just saw that spot and I went, bruh, you barely made that jump. He barely made that jump on Sammy. Barely. I know Darby would have made it. Darby would have probably overshot it. Sting, I'm like, yo, Sting, don't you kill yourself. And when he made that jump and I saw how he fell through the first table. So it was a double table setup. And Sammy was on both of them. Sting flew from the ladder inside the ring to the outside. He fell through this table here, but then this one didn't break. So that was like one of those things where I'm like, if he had just mistimed his jump, he would have fell face first on the pavement. Bruh. Sting, you the man, but you don't need to be doing that no more. You literally do not have to do that. I'm serious. Sting literally does not have to do that. I don't mind him diving off balconies and, occasionally doing some high-flying moves, but that was like, okay. And the distance between the ladder and the tables too, I was like, be careful. So it wasn't a perfect episode, but I came out of it going, let's see where this is going. This is easily a setup episode at best. I won't call it filler because I don't feel like this was filler. You get me? I felt like it was an integral episode because it set up a lot of stuff. But that's all it was. It was just set up for the most part. So, again, it's going to be a very easy review for me. Thank you all for being here. Let's get to the preliminary stuff. Let's like the video, of course. And we'll do the super chats, we'll do the shout outs, we'll do the sponsorship, and then we'll go from there. So, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, super chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school The Last Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eye, apple pie. My America, the remix t-shirt made by It's Denox and Fires Heart. All this down below in the description box. Today's sponsor is Surfshark. If you're ever worried about malware attacks, getting your identity stolen, what you need is a VPN network to protect you from all that. And the best one is Surfshark. I can get you 3 months free. 3 months free of Surfshark with 85% off your first purchase. How, Sway? I'm glad you asked. How's about we get a quick word from that sponsor? And then we'll get to some shout outs. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. When you're doing business on the web, having a VPN is almost essential, and many agree there's no better service than Surfshark. Let me tell you why. Surfshark provides you 24/7 protection from hackers, data leaks, malware, and even allows you free access to movie streaming services in different countries. I personally appreciate Surfshark's ability to block all malware websites and scan all downloads for potential viruses. You just never know what could impact your online experience, and navigating has become a lot more safer because of this service. So today, if you visit the link surfshark.deals/justalyx and use the promo code JUSTALYX, you not only get 83% off your monthly payments, but you'll get an extra 3 months for free. This is a massive deal that many of you should take up while it's here. So don't wait, feel safe, get protected by Surfshark today. Alright, thank you all so much for being here. I see a super chat just lingering there. Once again, Higurashi, I'm so sorry I missed your super chat earlier. That's why I tell fans to wait till the stream actually starts. Not the countdown, but the actual live stream to start to get your donations in. Because sometimes Streamlabs just be letting things fly. Even when I tell it to pause the alerts, it still flies. So just be careful when you're donating. Wait until I come on to donate to at least not have it interrupted. You know, I'd rather you interrupt me than have your super chat interrupted. You know what I mean? But let me go ahead and play the ones that did not get interrupted.
Nah, come on. Come on.
Do we have the same B-Day, Alyx? Mine is July 5th.
Nah, mine is a lot later on in the month. But yeah, it's July 17th. That's my birthday. Just so you know. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a big one. I'm gonna see if I can really celebrate it. Show some love to the moderators. Ultra Shout 97 Fires to Heart, Alyx, a Demon, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything, and Big MGM. Who help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. And please, it's very important that you hit that like button, because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. All right, here we go. Higurashi. Let's get these shout outs in. YouTube member Higurashi. Jojo. Mojo. Minako 42. The Tribal Chief. We acknowledge you. Bruh, like, what you gonna do when Roman Reigns loses that belt? Because he's losing that belt at SummerSlam. Dylan Danger. Did I already say Project Santi? I don't think I did. Project Santi, the Black Nostalgia nerd, JJ, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Tonight felt like there were many botches in terms of matches, promos, commentary and production. Seems like AEW went too fast and tripped a bit.
That's why I felt like, you know what I mean? It felt like it was going way too fast and they were just throwing too much at the screen. And as a result, things just, it wasn't allowed to take its time to really set up something. So yeah, I agree. I do agree that's probably what ended up hurting it. But yeah, that was your Super Chat champion, by the way, who successfully defended his Super Chat championship against Franklin Torres. And I think Nickname I donated, if I'm not mistaken, $600. 600. Not 600, but 600. You know what I mean? $100. That boy, he the tribal chief for real, for real. Thank you so much for your contributions, Mr. Nickname I, who continues to reign as your YouTube Super Chat champion. Page enthusiasts, Stephen Foster, John Bill II. We got Rolando Sabio, the Black Nostalgia nerd. Haven't seen you in a while. Where the hell you been, sir? Let me see here. I think I see Wrestle Spider. Wrestle Spider. All right, Wrestle Spider. Lauren Biggs. Good to have you here, Lauren. Good to see you. Love the enthusiasm. Love the passion. Jay Jenkins. Gen X 6887. Shadow Star. Let me see here. I want to be sure I get people that come here pretty often. We can do 3 more. Stephen Brom, YouTube member Stephen Brom, Joseph Winters, and the last one is going to go to Sunny Black? Sunny Black. Sure. Sunny Black says, I don't know, for some reason tonight's episode felt off. Yeah, the show was off. It was definitely off, and I think Nickname My Super Chat said it best. Because there were a lot of botches, and everything was just being pelted at you. Everything was just being thrown in your face, and you didn't have time to digest it. So, yeah, not one of their better episodes, but still, like, when it was all said and done, I had an idea of what they were trying to do with it. If that makes any sense. So, yeah, that's gonna do it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm not gonna hold you when it comes to the review. This is probably...
Come on.
Britt and Cole likely got sick from the wildfires.
I hope not. That doesn't sound good. That would be pretty bad. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get to the show. I'm not even going to turn off Super Chats, because I feel like what I have to say about the show is going to be very quick, straight to the point, and this will probably be done in, 10 minutes? So, to help extend it, I'm going to just keep Super Chats on. Why not, right? Alright, man, let's get right to it. I thought the crowd for tonight, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, of course. They were fine. It felt, I don't know what was up with the production. It felt like they were a little too quiet, though. Like, when I saw the crowd, they looked like they were making noise, but I couldn't hear it. There's a production issue with that. They need to, whoever's in charge of production needs to work on that, because that's not good. But, I can tell they were excited. You know what I mean? I thought Jon Moxley and Tomohiro Ishii went to war. This match was fucking badass. They beat the piss out of each other. It's just, for me, what I cared more about was Eddie Kingston coming out. The match itself was fantastic. It was just as good, if probably not better than their match in 2019. But they beat the piss out of each other. It was an outstanding match. But the thing is, there wasn't much story to Tomohiro Ishii fighting Jon Moxley. This is just wrapping up what happened at Forbidden Door. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're wrapping up previous stuff, and they're starting new stuff. The new stuff that we're starting is with Eddie Kingston. Now, Eddie Kingston came out during the match, and you guys know him and Jon Moxley still are friends, but not really. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe they're like frenemies at this point in time. But Eddie Kingston came out, and he tried to run off the BCC, and he's trying to get Moxley to understand, you don't need the BCC. You're good by yourself, right? And they start bickering after Jon Moxley beats Tomohiro Ishii. Moxley shoulder checks Eddie Kingston on the outside. They go backstage, and there's this big argument between the two with Renee Young. Renee Young's like, what the hell is... And I love that Renee Young is getting involved now, because now she's upset. Now she's yelling, which adds a lot more to what's going on. But she's yelling at Jon Moxley. He's like, what the hell is going on between you and Eddie? And John's like, I don't know what he's talking about. There's nothing going on. He's just getting in the way. And then Eddie shows up, and Eddie's telling John, like, you don't need the BCC. You're better than that. You sold yourself out to these mofos. I don't know why you're still with this group. You're better off by yourself. That's what Eddie's telling John, right? That's just something he feels like. He feels like where John is, he doesn't need this group. And this group is poisoning him. And he's trying to get his old friend back. So this storyline is gonna have a lot of layers to it. And again, whether we do it at All In or All Out, this is gonna be a selling point of the show. If we're doing Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley for All In or All Out, I can't wait. That's gonna be an excellent match. And I also see Eddie Kingston being set up for a World Championship match down the line. I see that happening. So I'm excited, very excited about what they're going to do with the storyline. But in terms of what we got tonight, it was just, I won't even say it was advancing the story. It didn't really advance anything, you know, but it's making it clear that this is where we're going now, especially with Renee Young having to separate both of them because they were in each other's faces and yelling at both of them and telling Eddie, you need to fix this. And then she walks out like, oh, okay, so this is going to be a very dramatic type of storyline. Cool. Let me see where it goes. I'm excited about it. And the match that we get from it, I know it's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be nuts. But I'm anticipating what's getting ready to happen. So we have that. We have Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Adam Cole, baby, who are participants in the AEW Blind Tag Team Tournament. And they're trying to do this strange bedfellows kind of gimmick where it's just like they don't like each other, but they have to get along. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, there's potential here, but it's so obvious that this is just being done to get us to Adam Cole and MJF at, again, either All In or All Out. One of those two shows. I wish they just pick one. Just have All In, and so it makes that show more important, but all right. So either All In or All Out. Probably both. Who knows? Especially these two. We can do two matches. We'll have MJF and Adam Cole happen at All In and then do the rematch at All Out. We'll have to see. Yeah, so they're doing this thing where it's like, all right, well, I'm going to see if I can befriend Adam Cole and see if we can get along and stuff. Well, I mean, Adam Cole and MJF are pretty similar. So there might be something they can do, right? There might be something they can do to make us think that they could be partners. Maybe they toy up with it a little bit more. Maybe tease a Adam Cole heel turn, but not go that route. Because you know Britt Baker is going to get involved. That's why I think, spoiler alert, Ruby Soho is going to fight Britt Baker next week in the Owen Hart tournament. I think Britt loses. I think Britt loses the first round, and then we take Britt from that match and add her into this feud. And make that a bit more interesting. I mean, shoot. Imagine seeing Britt Baker versus MJF. I'd pay good money. I'm not even going to lie. I would pay good money for that match. But she's a woman, Ann. What? Y'all don't like intergender matches? Something to think about. But yeah, I thought what they did tonight with Adam Cole and MJF, especially with Roderick Strong showing up and Roderick talking to Adam Cole like, bro, what are we doing here? We can't trust this guy, right? He's an asshole, right? And excuse me. And Adam Cole, can I have some water? Yeah, I got a little bit. Sorry about that. And Adam Cole's like, no, don't worry about it. I got this. And MJF coming in, telling Roderick Strong that he's an average white boy. Hilarious. And then they have a new t-shirt, Better Than You, baby. So they're going full in with this odd couple tag team with the what should be the main event. One of the main events of All In or All Out. Cool with me. I'm not tripping about it. So, man, I'm intrigued. I wonder what direction they're gonna go with Adam Cole and MJF. Are they gonna is it one of those things where they start off as odd couples and then MJF kind of lures Adam in and makes him his friend, and then that makes their feud even more fucked up when they become when they stop being partners and they become opponents? Let's see. But for the most part, it was just a setup. There wasn't much advancement here. I mean, we already knew they were going to be partners last week, so now it's just like, all right, they're going to try to party together and see what happens. So, like I said, lots of setup. So, on paper, El Hijo del Vikingo, Keith Lee, and Orange Cassidy versus the Jericho Appreciation Society, that being Cool Hand, Angelo Parker, Red Death, Daniel Garcia, and Daddy Magic. This should have been a fun match, and I thought it was solid. There were some very, very noticeable botches in this match. I think there was a spot where El Vikingo was supposed to get caught by Keith Lee on the outside, and then Keith was supposed to use him as a battering ram. But what ended up happening is that Vikingo, I think either Keith Lee was too far away, or Vikingo didn't get enough airtime. But what ended up happening is Vikingo flies to the outside. Keith is supposed to catch him, and he's supposed to use him as a battering ram. But then Keith is too far, so he ends up running forward, and then it doesn't look right. So Keith just sells it, falls over, and sells it like, oh, he actually ran into him, right? And then Keith then picks him up, and then hits him with Daddy Magic and then hits Daddy Magic and Angelo Parker with Vikingo. So not as effective as the original plan, but it's alright. Shit happens. What are we gonna do? You know what I mean? So the match was still fun. Still a solid match. I just feel like when you think about what they were supposed to do with it, even there were some spots in there where Daddy Magic was beating up Keith, and then Keith was supposed to hit him with the it's called the Supernova in NXT, but I think it's called Ground Zero here. But regardless, because the Power Bomb is called the Spirit Bomb, and then this Fireman's Carry Jackhammer is called the Supernova. So it took him a while to hit that, like he was waiting on something. So that whole thing was weird. It was weird, but it was fine match. Nothing bad happened there. We do a promo with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Sting talking about how him and Sting go all the way back to, well, Chris Jericho talking about him and Sting. Did I say Sting talking about Sting? Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho talking about Sting and him going back to WCW, where Tony Schiavone was lead commentator, like in the 90s. Yeah, that long ago. But we'll get to that main event in a second. I'll have a lot more to say then. This stuff with the Hung Bucks, the Elite, Hangman Page, and the Young Bucks, and then the Dark Order. I'm still trying to figure out what we're doing here. So, are we turning the Dark Order heel? Or is this going to play further along into the Elite, and whatever else they're doing? I'm trying to figure out, for me, and this is what I'm going to say about it. If we're going to do, and it looks like we are going to do, some version of Punk and the Elite in the future, I would want Hangman Page to be a part of that. You kind of have to have Hangman Page a part of it. So, what would happen? And follow me here. We have 4. Kenny, the Young Bucks, and Page. What if we take the 3 here? Silver, Uno, and Alex Reynolds. And then we team him with CM Punk. Something to think about there. Former friends. I mean, Punk is technically a former friend, but not really on TV. Something to think about. I'm curious. Because apparently the Dark Order is going to be more involved with Hangman Page going forward. So, once again, what are they setting up? I don't know. I'm just curious to know where it goes. But we did the Dark Order versus the Hung Bucks. 6-man tag. What about what you thought? It was a good match, though. The Young Bucks and the Elite, the Young Bucks and Hangman Page beat Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Evil Uno, right? Evil Uno. So, Dark Order lose, and then afterwards, blindsided. The Elite get blindsided by the Blackpool Combat Club with Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis. So they're just beating the piss out of them. Jon Moxley brings a screwdriver, starts beating Hangman Page with it. And then we see the Dark Order watching them get beat up and not doing a goddamn thing about it. Not doing anything, they're just walking back. So again, like, they're gonna play a big role in this story. What that role is, I have no idea. I'm just curious to know where this all goes. Let me see here. Is this when we talk about... Yeah, this is Jungle Boy. Or is it just Jack Perry now? Is he still Jungle Boy, or is it Jack Perry? Anyways, we have Jungle Boy Jack Perry come out to the Tarzan Boy theme song. You know what I mean? That. And then he cuts it off. He's like, cut that shit off. That shit is garbage. It's booty stank. I don't ever want to hear that again. The crowd got angry. They're like, we like that theme song. And then Jack Perry, I'm going to call him Jack Perry now. He gets inside the ring. I don't know if he did it on purpose. He called the town Toronto. We're in Hamilton, but he said Toronto. I was like, oh, was that by accident or did he do it on purpose? I don't know. But anyways, he says he's still young. He's cashing fat checks. And he's banging the hottest bitch in the entire place. And, you know, Anna Jay, who got a fat ass and a bad attitude. Is that what it is? She has a fat ass. Or is it a big ass? Fat, big, doesn't really matter. It's big as fuck. And Jungle Boy is bang, 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 bang. Come on, that reference easy. Come on, that is a big, big reference. Y'all better know where that comes from. Rest in peace, by the way. But continuing. He says, after everything he's done and given to this place and being robbed of not one but 2 world championships, you expect him to sit and watch some entitled second-generation prick dangle a championship in front of his face? Funny thing is, the belt that Hook has isn't even an official belt because he's a fraud. He never needed Hook, and Jungle Hook was only worth anything because of him, Jack Perry. And Hook was lucky to stand next to him, and we all kind of knew where this was going. Hook's music hits, crowd pops, Jungle Boy got the fuck out of there. That boy was across the entire arena by the time Hook came out. That shit was hilarious. He ran like Speedy Gonzalez. Arriba. He was gone, man. And then you see Hook chasing Jungle Boy backstage, and then Jungle Boy, go, start the car. There's literally a car all the way across the garage. Within 5 seconds, that boy Jungle Boy said, and then he dove into the car. That shit was awesome. Hilarious. It took me out. That boy said, go. That boy dived into the car and that thing went, that shit was good. So, ultimately, like, complete honesty when it comes to the review of his first promo as a heel. I know he's going to get better. I have full faith that he'll figure it out. but I felt this was kind of forced, and it should be. To me, Jungle Boy is a natural babyface. He doesn't have to try hard to be a babyface. You know what I mean? Even with his promo skills have never been that great, but they didn't need to be. They just need to be okay, decent enough as a babyface, right? Because when he was a babyface, it wasn't about his personality. It was more about what he did inside the ring, right? But now that he's a heel, you're going to have to work on your promo skills. You're going to have to work on that character. You're going to have to work on delivery. You're going to have to work on a lot of things now. So, he's new to this. I don't expect him to instantly pick it up. He's not Shawn Michaels, right? He's not someone like Triple H or Bret Hart or Steve Austin or The Rock, someone who can flip the switch and be a heel and we just buy it, right? Nah, it's going to take him a while. It's going to take Jungle Boy. It's going to take him a while to pick it up. So I'm not expecting him to be great right off the bat. But I do know that if he's not careful with how he betrays his gimmick,
I think that can work with Punk and Dark Order. Punk can show them what Page did to his momentum with that promo last year and how the Elite are scum.
yeah, he can really work with that. We'll have to see. But that's what I was saying about Jungle Boy. If he's not careful, this could actually be a detriment to him because it could expose him. It could expose him. If he can't make this heel gimmick work, it will make people really look at him and go, are you really that good, bruh? If you're telling me Jungle Boy is a pillar, then he should be able to make this work. Sammy can be a heel or a face like that. MJF can be a heel or a face like that. Darby Allin, if he wanted to, could probably do a heel pretty well. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, Jungle Boy, he needs some work, and that's okay. It doesn't mean he's terrible. He just needs work. So give it some time. I'm gonna see how well he does. And here's the thing, too. If it doesn't work out, just put him back with Christian. Let Christian help him. And yes, we are going to get him reuniting with Luchasaurus and Christian eventually. That's probably the ultimate goal. So, after this, we got Alexia Nicole, a jobber, taking on Ruby Soho. Destination in now. Ruby Soho beats Alexa and cuts a promo. A great promo. An excellent promo. Calls Dr. Britt Baker a D&D out, saying that because of her, getting sick, she saved herself a beating. But I don't blame her for getting sick because of the filthy and germ-ridden Canada. Well, we're germ-ridden too. Everyone's sick. Filthy and germ-ridden Canada. She takes a shot at Adam Cole for missing Forbidden Door and says she hopes they never have kids because they some weak little bastards. She tells Britt to get her head out of the toilet and look at her and says Britt said she didn't know who she was a year ago, but Ruby loves who she is now. Last year, Britt beat her, but this year, she gonna get her win back, and she should. Yeah, I think Ruby should beat Britt this year. I would have her do it clean. I think Ruby should get her redemption, and I think Ruby should go pretty far. I don't think she should win. Sky Blue should win. I still think Sky Blue should win the tournament. If not Sky Blue, Athena. Athena or Sky Blue. One of those two. But, yeah, I think Sky Blue is the odds-on favorite to win. And I think she would be a great winner for that tournament. But Ruby should go, Ruby should probably go a little far. If they want to give it to Ruby, fine. I'm not against that. I'm just saying that, she can do some things. But one thing that I think we need to do more of when it comes to Ruby Soho, a destination, Ruby Soho, is giving her the microphone. She needs more mic time. Because a lot of people do not cut promos like her. She is one in a million that can actually talk and sell people. So do not waste that. Seriously, don't waste that. So give her more microphone time. We get a recap of Anthony Bowens rebuffing the lady from QTV. The lady from QTV. What was her name again? I think she just literally signed. She literally just signed with AEW today. She's under a full-time contract now. What is her name? Now I gotta look it up because I need to get her name. Her name is Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron. Fine-ass blonde-hair chick. Fine-ass blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. Is she American, though? Not too sure. We'll figure it out. But she fine. She fine as hell. But yeah, like, it was her telling Anthony Bowens that he's into her, and she was all like, she's like, I know you want me. I know you want me. Nah. Anthony Bowens is like, bitch, I'm gay. Got a big pop. And then that's when, and I think that entire segment got like 10 million or 5 million views on YouTube or some type of social media platform. It went viral, which is great. But that's when we got Johnny TV debuting, and tonight we saw him come in and make it official that he will be wrestling on Rampage against Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy. Jeff Hardy can't be here because Jeff Hardy is not allowed to come to Canada. But yeah, it's good to have Johnny TV back. That's good. Main event, Sting, Darby Allin versus Les Sex Gods. Painmaker, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Crazy match. Wild all over the place. A lot was happening. A lot being thrown at your face. Like I said, it was mindless violence. Mindless action. And it was fun for what it was. The big spot of the night, of course, was Sting climbing the ladder. And we have Sammy Guevara on the outside on 2 tables. We have Sting inside the ring climbing the ladder. Well, it was Darby climbing the ladder first. But then Sting climbed up and went, let me do it. And I remember watching it. Even I was like, because it showed a shot of a fan going like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But that's what I was doing. I was like, what are we doing?
Toni Storm versus Kairi Sane for AEW Women's Championship.
I don't hate that. But it's probably going to be Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm at All In, as it should be, if Hayter can get back healthy. But I remember when Sting climbed that ladder, I was like, oh my God, he's going to kill himself. Please make it, please make it. So when he did that dive off, and I saw him coming down, I was like, this man, 2 tables. Sammy's in the middle of both of them, right? Sting fell through this table, but didn't break this table. So he ended up splat, and then his face caught this table here. Yeah, it didn't look good. I was like, oh, that's why you don't do that, Spot. You didn't need to do that, Sting. You didn't need to do that, but he did it, and sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. But that's high risk. That's what that is. He still did it, though, so he's a son of a bitch. He's crazy for doing that. Match continues to go on until we get Sting and Chris Jericho inside the ring. Jericho hits Sting with the code breaker. Sting kicks out. Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop, and then Chris Jericho kicks out. But then Sting hooks Jericho in the Scorpion Deathlock, and then Chris Jericho taps out. Like a little bitch. So, okay. I'm thinking we're going to set up a split between Sammy and Chris now, right? Nope. They didn't do it. They just ended the show. And I was like, You know what I mean? Like, everything just felt so rushed. We didn't let anything breathe on this episode. I didn't think the show was necessarily bad, but like Nickname I said, there's a lot of botches. Everything was just being thrown at you 24/7. We didn't let anything breathe, and so it felt like a rushed episode. It felt rushed. And you don't need to rush these shows anymore. I would understand. I would completely understand if if Tony Khan just had 3 hours each week. You know, Rampage, 1 hour, and then 2 hours of Dynamite. If you just had 2 hours each week, I would understand them just like rushing the episode. But you got 5. You have 5 hours now. Relax. Woosah. 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 You know what I mean? Like, relax. Calm down. You know, you just wanna pull him and just like, slow down, goddammit. Like, seriously, you wanna be like, slow down. Shit. We're not going nowhere. Relax. Huh. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man. It was one of those shows where I wasn't offended by the time it was over with. I wasn't like, God, this show sucked. Like when I watched Raw or SmackDown, I'm just like, why the fuck did I watch that episode? This didn't make me feel that way. This made me go, Rush wasn't their best episode, but I understand what they were trying to do. You know, they were trying to just press the reset button and get things set up for All In coming in. And, of course, All Out right after that. And then we also got, there's so much we got to deal with, too. You have the freaking Owen Hart tournament. You have that blind tag team tournament, which they did set up. They did announce that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland are together. But they didn't let that, and I talked about this earlier. They just announced the teams, and they didn't show, like, Keith and Swerve interacting with each other. Like, fuck, here we go. But, all right, we're going to see how things play out. Maybe in the upcoming episodes, in the next few weeks, we can slow down. I don't mind fast-paced action. That's great. But there's going to be, listen, you got 2 months, right? That's 8 weeks. 8 episodes of Dynamite, 8 episodes of Collision. So 16 in total, 16 2-hour episodes. You can take your fucking time, okay? Take your time. Relax. We are now in a good space where AEW can let these characters breathe. Give us great action. I want it. Thank you very much. But you have so much time on your hands now. You don't need to just every single goddamn week. Relax. Pace these shows better. Let's get to a point where we know what's going on, so we'll appreciate the action more. Right? Not everything needs to be Fast and the Furious. Let's tell a story. Tell a story, man. Take your time. But yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for watching me for this review. Give me your thoughts. Am I crazy? Am I expecting too much from AEW? I don't think I am. I think I'm being fair. But y'all can let me know if I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the live chat. So thank y'all so much. You have the floor now. Thank you for the donations, by the way. Got some pretty nice donations tonight. Where are your heads at when it comes to the show? You know what I mean? JJ Bulldog said, this show was like watching Sonic the Hedgehog. It really was. Joseph Winters is asking me, why is Swerve teaming with Keith? Again, like, I wish they would have shown them finding out backstage. Right? That would have been nice. Instead of them just, hey, we're a team again. And like I said, as long as he gets us to a match at All In or All Out, that's fine. Let me see here. Tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite did feel off. It felt off to a lot of people, apparently. A lot of people are saying the same thing I'm saying. Sorry. That would have been great. Like, you know... like, you know, they both ain't cool with that, but seeing something like Swerve having a meltdown and keep just being confused would make it mean so much. Yeah, like, little things like that would have been great tonight. Like, it's just character moments would have been perfect. And you have 5 hours each week. You can slow down. All right? Let's calm down and make these shows mean a lot more. We've got a long way to All In, and from there, 1 week from All Out. I don't know how they're gonna juxtapose between those two, but they're gonna have to figure it out. That's not our job. Not our job at all. I'm not gonna try to make that work. Why are we talking about Logan Paul right now? All right, we'll talk about him tomorrow when I do my preview and predictions of Money in the Bank with A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. But why we gotta talk about him on AEW? Get that shit out of here. Logan Paul can suck it. And gargle. No, not even pause. No pause. Play. Look at the adjective. Play. Kevin Nash. Anyways, I know it's a verb. Page enthusiast. Tony Khan is uniter of wrestling couples. Uniter. He's a uniter of wrestling couples. I was like, uniter. Gotcha. El Hijo El Vikingo. Yeah, it was nice seeing him. It was really nice seeing him. That match was sloppy as hell, though. Not gonna lie. Someone's birthday today. Whose birthday is it? My birthday is July 17th. Yeah. July 17th. It's not even my birthday yet. It's July 17th, y'all. I didn't say June 17th. I said July 17th. By the way, just so we're clear, I'm totally skipping Monday Night Raw that day. That's my birthday. I'm gonna go celebrate. You catch my drift. You heard me? Get me some strippers in my room. That's what I should do. I should come up here one time on Raw. I just have a stripper back here just dancing. And then I'll just turn around and ask her thoughts. So what you feel about Raw? And then while she's twerking on my bed, she starts answering. like them go-go dances, like Raw Underground, right? Get some go-go dancers over here. And then you could just ask their opinions about stuff. That would be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna get me some go-go dancers right here on my bed. Y'all don't think I'm gonna do it? Okay. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all really think I'm not gonna get a go-go dancer? Okay. Now I gotta do it. Now I gotta do it. Let me see here. We had a troll in here. My boy Khalil does everything be getting these trolls, man. Get the hell out of here. Well, AEW's trash. It's trash. Shut the hell up. Why are you here then? Paid enthusiast. I was so nervous for Sting when he got on top of the ladder. Like my heart was literally beating fast. Yeah. I don't blame you. That's some shit. That's some shit. They were playing Sonic and grabbed the sneaker power up and went hard. Oh yeah, wait. I don't think that was the right song. I think that's Mario. That's Mario. Mario's is.
Tonight's show was good, but it was all over the place. The crowd was iffy the first and last match. They were into it. The rest of the show they were so-so.
Yeah. That's a pretty good analysis of the show, quite frankly. Someone said, let's get these likes up to get 2 strippers. You want 1 or 2? Y'all want 2 strippers? Okay, I'll make y'all a deal. I'll make you a deal. This video needs to get 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes. And Nickname Mai has to fork over the money. Cause these girls are not easy. So Nickname Mai, you're gonna have to give us a couple hundred. Alright? I get the strippers over here, go-go dancers, whatever you want. Alright, but only if this gets 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes. We're not even at 100 likes right now. We're at 58 likes. So this gets 1,000 likes. I'll come up here on my birthday with 2 go-go dancers right here in the bed, and then we can talk to them. Okay? So get them likes up. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I like hanging out with y'all, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I think I don't see myself coming up here out there, because looking at the rest of the week, we got preview predictions from Money in the Bank. We got Friday Night SmackDown review, because that's Asuka versus Charlotte. And then Saturday's Money in the Bank. Yeah, I don't see myself coming up here in between that. So it's going to be a loaded week of live streams. Tomorrow is the big preview and predictions with A&B Combos Wrestling Edition, 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. here. I'm excited about that. Then we got SmackDown on Friday, which is a big show because that's Asuka and Charlotte. And apparently that's supposed to be taped because they're going to be, it's going to be a couple hours early. So we're going to be spoiled on it. And then Saturday is Money in the Bank. Which, by the way, Money in the Bank is going to be, for me, it's 2 p.m. Central. And what will end up happening is that I have a therapy session that Saturday, by the way. Therapy. Woo for therapy. In the middle of the show, I'm going to have to turn it off and then come back to it later. But I'll be keeping up with it. Personally, I'll be good. I'll be sure to come back and watch the rest of it, but it should be a good show. I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, it should be a good show. But I'm gonna have to, pause it in the middle, and then later on that night, Saturday night, I'll be up here to do a review on the show, which I think it's gonna be a good. The pay-per-view itself on paper looks like it's gonna be good. I have never had an issue with WWE pay-per-views as of lately. I think the pay-per-views itself have been fucking phenomenal this year, especially. But the weekly shows, they ain't not good. They are not good. But yeah. That's basically it. And then Sunday's gonna be a mental health day, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it. And then we begin the build to SummerSlam. And then after SummerSlam, I'm done reviewing Raw and SmackDown each week. I'll do the week after SummerSlam, and then that's it. Unless something happens where Vince is no longer screwing with these shows, I'm going to be an AEW reviewer and just do Dynamite and Collision. And then do one big live stream for WWE. And then only do reviews for the pay-per-views. Because these weekly shows are garbage. But that's basically it. That's basically what we got lined up for you guys going forward. But if I come up with anything else, just stay tuned. Follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Tickets of the Talkist. And just tune into my community tab here on YouTube if I have any updates to keep you guys in line, to keep you guys updated. But for the most part, yeah, just keep tuning in for more content. Thank you all so much for joining me. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Told you to follow me on social media, but also donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. So yeah, thank you all. Please take care of yourselves. And always know, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching this, you are welcome right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, if ever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out. Peace.